Hey Dominoes, Dominique here, and welcome to the Domino Effect, where on this channel we talk about everything business, entrepreneurship, insurance, and financial literacy. I am so glad that you are here. Make sure that you are hitting that like button and that subscribe button so that I can continue to make more free courses and trainings just like this one. Because today we're talking about something a little bit different. We're talking about setting boundaries. When you think about funding, it's not just about getting access to the money. There's a mindset behind this as well. It can be easy to get frustrated. You can get pissed off, you can start blaming people, you can give up. But if you do that, the only thing you're going to do is stop your progress. But the biggest thing I can tell you as you enter this journey of building your business or as you're growing your business is you're going to find distractions along the way, and people are going to try to stop you and throw you off of your game. So the only way that you can do that and be successful, and what I found that has helped me along the way, is by setting boundaries. Because if you don't set boundaries, people are going to walk all over you, all over your energy, all over your peace, and they're going to steer you off the path if you don't have a clear position on why you're doing what you're doing. So guys, remember, do me a favor and make sure you watch this video to the end, because I'm giving away a little free guide to help you guys. All right guys, let's get into it. So setting boundaries can be really hard, especially with friends and family and people that you love, right? It was really hard for me, especially with my family and my partner. Now, it can be really difficult for me. Like when I had set boundaries and I said, don't come into this space. It can be hard when people want to talk to you for hours. They want to call you when your babies are crying for mama, when they need you, when dinner needs to be made. So all of these things can happen that can throw you off your game. But today we're going to talk about your most valuable resource, which is your time. This video is about setting real boundaries, because you have to do that in order to win. I hear this thing about work-life balance, and that was the thing that used to throw me off. Balance. I need to have balance. But balance, I don't even know what that is. Now I say you need to have harmony, because if you can find what works with you and your schedule and your family, then you find harmony within yourself and peace to be able to get the work that you need to do and get that done. Because if you have people in your life that are making it harder for you to get the things that you need to get done, it's going to affect your work, your mental health, your peace, your place. It's time to set some boundaries if that is happening to you right now. So stay with me, because I'm breaking it all down today. First thing you need to do is use your words, not your emotions, to get what you want. Most people are expressing their emotions thinking that this is how they're going to get through to the other person. This is not how communication works, I found. I used to bottle up my frustrations, right? Because one thing I don't want to do is get so angry that I step outside of myself, right? Which I can, so I try not to do that actively. So one thing I would do is bottle it up. But then when I bottle it up so much, I just randomly start crying, right? So my husband would get mad that I was crying. My fiance would get mad that I was crying. Then I would shut down. And I'd just be like, you know what? Forget it. Let's just do whatever you want, right? But I wasn't crying because of the conversation. I was crying because I was so frustrated with myself. I was so frustrated that I was lacking the skill to communicate exactly what I needed in that moment, exactly what I was asking. I wasn't speaking directly and clearly, and it was frustrating me, and it was making me upset, right? Once I found this, I realized this, I forced myself to stop relying on my emotions, right? I had to start learning how to articulate what I needed logically. And this doesn't happen overnight, guys. So do not wake up thinking that you're just automatically gonna know and you're automatically gonna change and nothing's gonna trigger you. That's not gonna happen, okay? This is baby steps, right? It's a process. So noticing that there are certain things, that emotional triggers or things that are bothering you, and you may need to voice that and communicate that to your partner. What is that you need? Figure that out and articulate that, okay? But by removing these reactions, this emotional reaction, people can actually start listening. You'd be amazed. People will actually start listening to you when you remove the emotions from it. Second, every time you stay silent, your confidence will take a hit. When you shrug your shoulders and you're like, oh, it's fine, whatever, okay, whatever, it's not fine. If you don't feel fine with it and you're not okay, then don't say it's fine, okay? It's not. All you're doing is training yourself to be invisible. You're training yourself to dumb yourself down. You're training yourself to not speak up, right? You're training yourself that even if you did speak up, it would be awkward. So don't do that. Speak up for yourself, even at the little things. Every time, without emotionally overreacting either. Every time you let something slide, it's almost like you're losing a little bit of your self-respect, okay? Especially if it's something that doesn't align with your values. So don't let anything slide. Make sure you stand up for yourself with respect to maintain your respect. 3, stop letting people talk over you. This is a big pet peeve of mine. But guess what, guys? I also do this to other people. So I have to actively work on, okay, let the other person speak. Like, you have to train these things. Sometimes you don't grow up, especially if you've grown up in an environment where that is not something that is part of the household. People are talking over each other, there's yelling, there's fighting, there are no conversational skills. You have to literally train yourself these types of things. Or maybe you grew up in a household where there was one dominant parent and nobody was allowed to have any type of voice or opinion, right? So now you're an adult and you need to find your voice. Guys, this happens all the time in business, especially to women, okay? And I'm in the financial industry, and I haven't had too many issues with this as far as like in business, but that's also knowing when to stay silent. If someone interrupts you, call it out. If you are interrupting them, look within. Are you being dismissive? Are you being controlling in this situation? Okay, do unto others. But if someone's interrupting you, you can just very simply call it out, and you don't have to be rude. You do this by keep talking. You just continue to talk. Just keep talking. Or you can say, hey, you know what, Mike, I was still talking. Can you please don't interrupt me? You know, hey, Mike, I was speaking. Please don't interrupt me. That's it. Just keep going, okay? Honestly, no, I don't even think anybody really cares, quite honestly. Most people care too much about themselves. You're being overly critical of yourself, right? Other people, I don't think, care as much. Okay, call it out immediately. Plus, it's gonna build confidence within you. You're gonna start to feel like, oh, wow, I did that? I can do that? You're proving something to yourself, okay? Take it as a lesson, take it within, and then use it next time. Number 4, perpetually late people. Call them out. Guys, I can say this from personal experience because I was a perpetually late person, and oh God, you know what the best way to get somebody to stop doing something? Call them out, especially in a big meeting or in a big setting or around somebody that you are, you're trying to make an impression with. Ooh, if you're late and you get called out like that, it can be embarrassing, okay? So, and I speak from personal experience, guys. Get there on time. If you have to be early, don't show up on time. If being late is a problem, then you have to force yourself to show up 15 minutes early, even though that's like the saying, right? On time is late, early is on time. Someone is always late, they're disrespecting your time. And that's another thing. It's like we have to step outside of our selfish ways, okay? So if I would show up late to a meeting, why am I even booking that meeting? If the meeting wasn't important enough for me to be there, then ask yourself, why are you booking this meeting? That's another thing. Are you saying yes to things you don't need to say yes to? Because first of all, it's a complete lack of respect for me not to show up to that meeting. It's a disrespect to that person's time. I'm thinking, if I have a meeting, right, that I'm setting with somebody that I've been waiting for weeks on end, this is something that I've been looking forward to, and then they just don't show up, that has crushed me before. So, or it's just not a great feeling. Then you have to re-prep and do everything else. So think about that. Put yourself in the other person's position. Show up on time. Do not be perpetually late. It will happen to you, okay? So whatever you put out there will come back to you. Instead of saying when people are late for you, instead of being like, oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's okay. Oh, it's whatever. If it's fine with you and you don't mind, sure, whatever. But if it bothers you, which it should, this is your time and your time is valuable, then just say, hey, please, like I have other things to do. When you show up 10 minutes late, it really messes up my schedule. Please, if this happens again, I cannot make plans with you. I am telling you guys, I have had somebody literally tell me that. They were like, I have a very busy schedule. If you do not show up on time, I cannot put you on my schedule again. And guess what? That woman did not put me on her schedule, and I have never heard from her again. Okay, so these are the lessons. That's a hard lesson to take, y'all. I'm telling you this so you don't make the same mistakes. So show up on time, give people the respect that you want them to give you. Listen, guys, most people do not even understand the impact of their behavior until someone points it out to them. But trust me, once they say it, you will not forget it. And once you say it, they won't forget it. Number 5, dismissive behavior. Let it slide. Oof, dismissiveness. Dismissiveness is subtle, but it's damaging. Have you ever been mid-conversation and someone just checks their phone or their email? Or this one used to bug me when the Bluetooths used to come out and they used to just start talking on their phone. That's a complete lack of that disrespect. So a lot of people don't even realize that they're doing it, but when you bring it to their attention, then they'll realize it and think about it the next time. And number 6 is your lack of consideration. If this is happening to you right now, then it's time to speak up, because people don't even realize like how their actions are gonna affect you. So I'll give you an example. You know, I'd be working at the kitchen table or in the room or in my office, you know, on the weekends. Specify like, okay, I need this time. I need this hour to just like be alone so that I can concentrate and just study on that material. But what happens? You're working at the table and someone comes in the kitchen, turns on the TV, turns on the music, like the kids are coming in. Even though everybody can literally see that you just got on that important call, they think that they can just pop in, like it's not a big deal, even though you've already specified that you need that time. Instead of sitting there in that anger and frustration and getting resentful, you have to speak up. You have to say something. And also, it may not go down the way you want initially. It may be awkward. It may even start an argument. It may not go the way you want right away. But you have to speak up because you need that time. You could say like, hey, can you lower the volume? Hey, can you please go in the other room? Hey, can I just finish out I just need 45 more minutes. Please take it in the other room. But setting a small boundary like that and then speaking up in the moment is going to prevent you from building resentments later. And finally, pressure. No is a complete sentence. No means no. No is a complete sentence. You can say no. Just because someone wants you to do something doesn't mean that you have to say yes. And this is in business, this is in personal. That's the same thing for them too. Just because you want them to do something doesn't mean that they have to do it just because you want them to. But if someone is trying to guilt you, manipulate you, or pressure you into doing something, then you call it out. You can say, listen, I already said no. Please respect that. I said no. The more that you stand firm, the more empowered you'll feel, the more confident you'll feel, and the better you'll feel about yourself. All right, guys, that's it for today. So setting boundaries isn't easy. I know this personally. Remember, most people don't mean to be disrespectful. It's just how they operated. It's just how they grew up. But it doesn't make it okay. When you call it out, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping them grow too. So if any of this resonated with you, do me a favor and hit that like button, that subscribe button, so I can continue to make more free courses and trainings just like this one.